Stuyvesant. You're watching
StuyInterviews.
My name is I'm 16, I'm a junior, and I'm graduating in 2024.
My name is Axel Stahl. I'm 15. I'm a freshman, and I'll be graduating in 2026.
How do you think your high school application process was different from your brother's?
The difference was that, along with Israel, my other brother, Ezekiel, also got into Stuy, and then my sister Lou got into Bronx Science. And so, I guess there was more, there was more expectation for me to also get into a specialist high school. So there was more, a little more stress and emphasis put on the test.
Where and who did you get most of your resources for the SHSAT prep?
So I went to Queller Prep in the summer, and yeah, and that was it. That's all I did.
How did you feel when you found out that your brother was also coming to Stuy?
I had already been to Stuyvesant for 1 year, and I kind of liked the idea. And in my freshman year, I actually went to Stuyvesant with my older brother, so I was kind of looking forward to the idea of going to Stuyvesant alone. But I was ultimately happy when I found out that Axel got into Stuyvesant, because I think that he wanted to go. I mean, it was like the top. I think it's the top school, or like it was, whatever. But I think that he wanted to go there, and so I was happy, and it means that he did well on the test. And yeah, and also my older brother was able to like give me little tips for Stuy in terms of teachers, and I gave probably a tiny fraction of that amount of tips to Axel.
How often do you guys interact at school?
Zero interactions on a daily basis.
Sometimes
in school.
No, sometimes I see him in the hallway and I say hi, and he walks by.
Sometimes I say hi back. And then, yeah, that's in school.
What type of advice have you given your brother in terms of clubs, classes, teachers, etc.?
What type of advice have you given?
That's towards you, Israel.
He actually ended up with two of the same teachers that I did, and one of them. And so I just told him it's hard. There wasn't really a lot I could do, but if for a teacher that I know something about, or if a teacher is really hard, or if a teacher is very weird or requires something specific that people often forget, or I did something in the class that I regret, then I'll probably tell him that. But I don't know. I didn't have a lot of advice besides based on having specific teachers that I also had. Oh yeah, AP Music Theory. Axel's taking AP Music Theory next year, and I took it last year, so I've given him advice on that.
Also, since the teacher really liked him, it was really easy for me to get in.
Have either of you had any experiences where your teachers, friends, classmates recognize you because of your brother?
That happened with my older brother as well. Dr. Berman recognized me. Well, we kind of look alike, all three of us, a little bit. So teachers sometimes confuse us, actually, or teachers discover our resemblance, and it alarms them. But a lot of the times, I don't know. Teachers will mention that we're siblings, and will bring it up with oh, I saw your brother, or he'll say that to Axel, a teacher will say that to Axel.
Did knowing that your older siblings attended specialized high school affect your own high school choices?
It did. Well, I wanted it to. So when I was taking the test, I didn't want to do the same thing as my older brother, and so I had done a bunch of prep on my own, and also in some free middle, I don't know, some program called Dream. But I'd done prep, and I thought oh, I'll be fine. And I was gonna put HSMSE first, because I wanted to go to a different high school than my older brother. But then my parents were very, very they were very influential in my decision of putting stuff.
How similar are your schedules outside of school in terms of your commute and bedtime, etc.?
Very different bedtimes because we do different things. Axel, it varies. Sometimes Axel will stay up hacking into the mainframe, doing coding stuff until really late. But also I have Dr. Greenwald, so sometimes I stay up very late, and it's really it's really variant, especially because I'm a junior and I have a lot of work, and he's a freshman, so he doesn't have that much work. But if he wants to do stuff, then he'll just stay up and do it. So it's really random in terms of our like at home schedules.
And then
Oh, and music.
in school though, in school sometimes we don't talk at all, as we said earlier. So um the only sharing that we can have of classes is freeze, since we're in different grades. And so we last semester we shared both.
Oh yeah,
two
last semester we
frees.
shared both frees, and I saw him
Yeah.
sometimes in the lunchroom.
And the first and then now this semester we share just 10th period off. And it really doesn't change anything. The only interaction we have in school is us bumping into each other.
But we also don't go to school together because we do have first free.
No,
Oh, you don't have first free
I
anymore?
did last semester.
Yeah. So last semester, because of our difference in schedules, we didn't go to school together, and I guess this semester we just don't either. I mean, I don't know. And also outside of school, I think we both have a bunch of extracurricular activities. I'm in a bunch of I'm in like musical activities outside of school, and also fencing, and he is also in musical activities outside of school, and also coding.
Yeah.
And coding outside of school. So we pretty much talk like dinner time, and then yeah.
Is this the first time that you have attended school together?
In elementary
Okay.
school, all four siblings went to the same elementary school.
How has it been the same and different?
In elementary school, there was no mixing of classes, and everyone stayed in the same room. And because of that, it was like,
What?
we were separated by classes.
Yeah. Well, also, our elementary school was a lot smaller than Stuyvesant, so I mean, we like knew each other, but I mean, because all of us went to the same school and all of us lived in the same, we would all like go to school at the same time. Like we'd all like walk to school, and we'd all pretty much leave school at the same time. We were also all on the same chess team, so we saw each other so much that we didn't really want to see each other during the school day. And also, it was such a tiny school that we would often have the same teachers. It was like pretty hard not to have the same teacher as four, like there are four kids.
Who do you think has it worse?
Him, who's Israel, because
I'm Israel.
yeah. Well, first of all, I'm a freshman, and so my workload is like non-existent at all. There's like less than an hour of homework each night, so I just like pretty much do whatever I want.
But that's how Stuyvesant like gets.
Yeah, but and then so because of all his work, he has to stay up late and do homework, and he also like has the ability to get bad grades. Well, when you're a freshman, you can't really do that.
What if you were to compare your freshman schedules?
I took AP Bio as a freshman, and Axel chose not to, which I think is a good decision. But I think just schedule wise, they were probably almost equivalent in like stress level. Probably maybe mine just a little bit more because of AP Bio. But another thing that I think about if I was to like compare them is that I had remote learning, so it was totally different, and it was really easy to fall behind in remote learning, which I hated. But I think that besides that, they're pretty much almost the same, especially considering that he has a lot of similar teachers.
Would either of you rather be the other sibling, one being the freshman and one being the junior?
I'd rather be a freshman again and then go get good grades.
I'd rather be Israel because school is almost done. Like I only have one more year, so like I only have to do with one more year of this, and I can just like do whatever I want. I don't even like have to go to any college. I can just like chill.
No, I'm gonna go to college.
Okay, can both of you tell me your name, your age, and your graduation year?
I'm Samantha. I'm 16. I'm a sophomore, and my graduation year is 2025.
Okay.
I'm Alexandra Rowinski. I'm 16, and my graduation year is also 2025.
How did you feel when you found out that your sister was also coming to Stuy?
I guess relieved is the best answer because it made everything so much easier. We didn't have to have two commute times from the same home, and we just would know the same teachers, know the same places, and because we had other siblings who also, not siblings, we had other family members who also went to Stuy, it was a relief.
Okay. Was attending Stuyvesant a similar goal you both shared?
Yeah, I'd say so. We're both trying to get in for a long time.
Okay. Did you experience any pressures knowing that you and your sister would be attending high school the same year?
Well, I suppose there's always the pressure, especially between twins, to compete with grades, with extracurricular activities. Those always exist.
Okay. Do you have any overlaps in your goals that influence what classes and activities you choose?
Yeah, we're both trying to get into a good college. So we're just trying to do as many things as possible, take good classes, get good grades.
Have you had any experiences where your classmates, friends, or teachers recognize you because of your sibling?
Yes. I don't know if you noticed, but we look kind of similar, being identical twins. So there are instances where a teacher would thought they recognized me, but it was actually my sister, and they talked to her and not understand what was happening when she didn't recognize them.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
A few teachers were insulting, like wave, and we just looked like them at them like, who are you?
Okay. Did knowing that your sister attended Stuyvesant affect your decision for high school choices?
We got in at the same time. Yeah,
So
we
it
got
didn't
in at
matter?
the same time, and we only had one other choice, which was Nest for non-specialized, and we knew that was like more of a backup. Stuyvesant was always the first choice.
Okay. How close or distant are your schedules, like in terms of your commute, your bedtime, and your clubs?
Our commute is the same because we come from the same home. Our travel time is the same. Our bedtimes can be different because we have different classes. Yeah, hers usually moved down a few hours. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any overlaps in your goals?
In our goals, I'd say so. We're both interested in English literature, so trying to get into AP English and things like that, extracurriculars that are related to that.
Okay. How often do you guys, like during the school day, interact on a daily basis?
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that?
How often, like on a daily basis during school, do you interact?
We spend our one free period together. Like we have one sharing free period during sixth, and we have one class together, which is French. But we don't interact much during French because we sit on the opposite side of the classroom.
Where was your biggest access point to the resources? Like who or where did you find answers to most of your SHSAT related questions?
Probably our cousins who were in Stuy before. They got in somehow. Sometimes I still marvel at it. And we probably go to them for questions usually. Yeah, but we mostly self-studied for the test.
Okay. I think that's all the questions that I have.
All right.
Thank you.